All right, guys, welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. I'm your host, Patrick Vallejos. Welcome in. Today we are covering a very tragic case. This one is out of Tennessee. Adrianna Williams, 20. James Wilson, 21. Cortney Rose, 38. And Braydon Williams, 15. That's Cortney. That's Adrianna and James. And this is Braydon. And I've opted out. I know there's photos of the little baby out there, but for some reason I didn't want to put them on today. I didn't feel comfortable. I'm not trying to be sanctimonious or anything. I don't care. Do what you want to do. But I opted out. Welcome in, everybody. Copper, good to see you. Pitbull. Cindy, so there is a manhunt right now. Now, this is the guy responsible for killing all 4 of these people. Austin Robert Drummond. Now, if anybody knows where this person is, call 911. Call your local law enforcement. In the description of this video, there's a tip line. So these 4 were found dead in a wooded area along Carrington Road in Tiptonville, Lake County, Tennessee. These victims were identified as mother, father, grandmother, and uncle of 7-month-old infant named Weslin, who was found abandoned in a car seat on a stranger's front lawn in Dyer County, approximately 40 miles earlier that day around 3:11 p.m. A witness reported seeing a dark-colored minivan. So I can't find anything on this minivan. So is he getting help from somebody? Does he have access to a secondary vehicle? Did he take the victim's vehicle? What's going on with this dark-colored minivan? Or white mid-size SUV? Dark-colored minivan or white mid-size SUV? That doesn't make any sense. So can we get some clarification on that? That way we can be a little more helpful. Dropped off the infant and sped away, prompting a 911 call. The infant was unharmed and evaluated by authorities. So we're going to talk about the basic information on the case. We're going to look at who were the victims of this horrendous crime. Remember this, they're looking for this gentleman here, Austin Robert Drummond. I feel like he might even try to go to Mexico or something through Texas, Arizona, California. He seems like that type. So I kind of recreated the license plate over here over my right shoulder just to make it a little more visible. All right. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued warrants for Drummond on July 30th, 2025, charging him with 4 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of aggravated kidnapping, 4 counts of felon in possession of a firearm. Now, we're going to look at his criminal history, but if you guys have anything that you think is pertinent or relative to what we're talking about, shoot me an email at sleuthintuition@gmail.com, whether it's an update, something that I've missed, a correction, or maybe even some information that may not be appropriate for the screen, but might shed light on whatever it is we're talking about at that very moment. Super chat by Cindy Lean. Thank you so much. Great coverage of all the cases you have been covering. Thank you. I appreciate that, Cindy. Thank you for your continued support. Welcome in, Brad. He's running for Florida again, maybe. I've seen that multiple times in comments from people who say they know this individual. There's discussion about Florida and an old truck, but these are unverified. So I think we should focus in on the facts first. All right. So what is Austin's connection to the victims? Drummond reportedly dated or was dating or a relative of Adrianna Williams. So I don't know if they were married or what. Possible her sister. According to Dyer and Lake County District Attorney Danny Goodman, a relative, Bree Ashley Childress, who identified herself as the sister-in-law and aunt of 3 victims, stated on Facebook that Drummond was close to the family and had been nothing short of amazing. So I have that. Let's pull that up now. I was going to save that for later, but here, let's take a look. Let me share my screen. On StreamYard, this takes forever. Sorry. Bear with me. His Facebook is still public. He hasn't posted to it recently. Thank you, Copper. So we'll jump ahead a little bit here. I believe this is a family member of 3 of the victims. Not the young man here. That was her boyfriend, Adrianna. All right. So let's take a look here. Breer? That's an interesting name. Breer Ashley. That must be can't explain that. Either way, Ashley. For everyone that's coming to my page from older comments made on the suspect's profile, I'll clarify this one time and one time only. This is a comment I will be copying and pasting. So it may answer more than you've asked, or it may not answer everything that you've asked, but I don't want any confusion here. After this, I won't be replying to any of this, and we are trying to process and grieve and be with family. Cortney Rose, my husband, and Caitlin Speed are siblings. Adrianna and Braydon are niece and nephew. And this is Braydon. Austin Drummond was Caitlin's boyfriend at one time. Yes, he was close to our family. Yes, we cared about him and thought he cared about us. He has literally been nothing short of amazing to us and our kids every time he has been around us up until this point. He has been amazing to our niece, Caitlin's daughter. We never expected him to cause any harm to anyone, much less anyone in our family. We are heartbroken. We are confused. We are devastated. We are mortified. We are hurting. Our kids are hurting. If you think for one second that people only get hurt by strangers, look up 90% of murder cases. Austin Drummond was Caitlin's boyfriend at one time. Hold on. Okay, this is a continuation. Look up 90% of murder cases. A lot of times it's by someone close to them that at one time showed love and support to them. Sometimes it's even their own spouse. So please think before you comment something ugly. Yes, we thought we knew him. Caitlin thought she knew him. Cortney, Adrianna, Braydon, and Matthew thought they knew him. We all trusted him. We want justice for my sister-in-law, niece, nephew, and niece's boyfriend more than any one of you that had never even met our loved ones. Thank you. Good, strong comment. Welcome in, DL. So once again, this is a manhunt. Officially, this guy is on the loose. All the photos you see on the screen are of the same man and the ways, different ways he may appear. This was put out this morning over here on the right, my left, right here. Kind of showing him if he was shaved. But typically he has a goatee and wears a hat because he has a receding hairline, it looks like most of us, right? Yeah, this is beyond horrific. So what are you guys vibing on right here? What kind of, I know you guys are profiling this guy. What are we looking at? Just your typical violent psychopath? My first impression is this guy, he's always been a psychopath, right? He had violent tendencies. But when he got out of prison, he's like, you know what? I'm going to be a nice guy. I'm going to be good. I'm going to do everything by the book. And I'm going to hide my monster deep down, in a dark place. Meets a nice family, thinking about living like a square life, right? And so that's how he appears to everybody, smiling, helpful. But then it becomes so heavy, right? The truth is, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, man, I really struggle with following the rules and following laws, and I'll just end up in prison anyway. So what they do is, after a few years of this, they start to blame the victims. They start to feel that burden of, a chameleon. It's like a chameleon who throws on its camouflage and forgets to turn it off. Now he's exhausted. And he's blaming everybody. Oh, I can't live up to your standards. You guys are always disrespecting me. If you only knew what I could do, he can't do both. He can't be the psychopath and he can't be the square, regular type, family guy. He just can't do it. So now that it's kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, it's reached its breaking point. They're to blame, right? See what happens when I try to be a good guy? You guys disrespect me. You walk all over me. You pushed me to my limit. That's what I'm picking up on here. All right. Discovery of the crime. The case unfolded after the infant's abandonment was reported by 10:26 p.m. on July 29th. A 911 call reported Adrianna Williams and Cortney Rose as missing, with the caller searching a home with a flashlight. This led authorities to the discovery of the 4 bodies in Lake County later that night. The victims were reportedly killed execution style, though specific details about the cause of death have not been released. Corn Pop, didn't you used to run the streets? I heard about you, big bad Corn Pop. No, I'm getting your typical family annihilator, sadistic psychopath vibes. Eventually, they just want to fall into a parasitic lifestyle, right? This is too much responsibility. You guys are disrespecting me. I warned you. You didn't listen. And what do I always tell you guys on my channel? These guys are going to a place that they've been heading their entire lives. Since they were probably 12 years old, torturing animals, lighting fires, whatever it is, whatever these precursors are, they knew eventually they're going to go to jail. That's why people like Brian Koberger choose to go into criminology and further their education so they can prepare themselves for that day, which he did right down to a T, right? Avoided the death penalty, open shut case, and then he goes right in and settles into where he knew he would end up. Same with this guy, right? In and out of prison. The question is, who will the victims be that sends them to their forever home, which is usually some dingy prison, right? It just sucks that it has to be on the backs of poor, innocent people, which could be us. Could be any one of us at any point in time. You heard what the family member said. She said, we all trusted him, all of us. We thought we knew him. That's because he put on a mask. But that mask got too heavy. And it got heavy and he blamed it on them. You know, you guys put this burden on me. He put it on himself, you know, by trying to hide who he really was. In my opinion. I mean, what do I know? Information comes out, things change. Okay, physical description. Drummond is described as 5'10", approximately 190 pounds. Here, let me pull up these photos so you guys can get a better look. I think he's originally from the East Coast. Drummond is described as 5'10", approximately 190 pounds, with brown hair, blue eyes, and a goatee. Authorities warn he may have altered his appearance to avoid capture. He's believed to be driving a 2016 white Audi A3, Tennessee license plate. It says here RI, but I think it's RT, right? Focus, I guess it might be RI, but I thought it was RT. 01896. Chameleon learning how to smile, perhaps. Is this how you do it? Oh, I just pull up my cheeks like this. Oh, okay. Hey, look, I'm smiling. I think he has some charges for drugs while he was incarcerated, and we'll get to his criminal record. Okay, so he is believed to be driving a 2016 white Audi A3 with Tennessee license plate RI01896 or RT. I'm not quite sure yet. This vehicle also has visible damage on the driver's side. So if you guys are traveling across the United States, you see this white vehicle, specifically an Audi A3, the plates might be different. But if you see it parked somewhere, it's been parked overnight, and you're nowhere near the crime scene, just report it in. Send in a tip. Be like, hey, I saw this vehicle on the news. It's been parked here for a while. I think it may be abandoned. I don't know. Maybe it's related to the case. Let them figure it out. You hang up the phone and you go about your business. So focus in on the driver's side. And he's got many looks to him, right? He's like a chameleon for real. Like, hey, I'm at work. I can fit in with the boss, you know? He doesn't know that I do cocaine and fantasize about violent sexual interactions. I'm part of the team. This is him hanging out with his girlfriend, doing touristy things. All right, look at that. The mask is heavy. I don't like this life. All this responsibility. I'd rather just live off the taxpayer dollar and rot away in a facility. Right? That's the real him right there. And he loves that goatee. This fool's in jail giving a fashion show. That shouldn't be allowed. Drummond remains at large and is considered armed and dangerous. He was added to Tennessee's most wanted list, and a $15,000 reward, $7,500 from the TBI and $7,500 from the U.S. Marshal's Office, is offered for information leading to his arrest. Anyone with information is urged to contact 731 415 7962 or 731 333 0811, or to keep it simple, 1-800-TBI-FIND. Or to make it even this much more easy, dial 911. They'll direct you. All right. What about Drummond's criminal history? Look at this shit. He's got the commissary stacked up, flossing. Prior convictions. Drummond has a history of violent crime. In 2014, at age 16, he was convicted of armed robbery of a Circle K convenience store in Jackson, Tennessee, where he demanded money at gunpoint and fled on foot. He served 13 years in prison at Northwest Correctional Complex in Lake County and was released on September 1st, 2024. So this guy hadn't even been out very long. Not even a year. It didn't take long. Did not take long. He said, F it. I'm going to kill them all and go back to prison. If they catch me. So who's driving the minivan or the white SUV? And Brad is also asking a good question. Who was funding all of this? Who are his friends? If you know him, send me an email. Let me know that you condemn this, or if you might have information. Maybe you don't want to talk to the cops. Talk to me, and then we'll shoot it right over to them. But this dude killed 4 innocent people. Less than a year from being released from prison. He was charged with attempted murder while in prison and drug smuggling. This dude's a piece of shit. So if you're watching, Austin, just turn yourself in. Just do it. 2 months after his release, Drummond faced charges of attempted first-degree murder and drug-related offenses stemming from incidents during his incarceration. He was out on bond for these charges at the time of the quadruple homicide. Some reports indicate Drummond served time for robbing a convenience store in Florida at gunpoint and kidnapping someone. So there's been a lot of talk about Florida. So if you're watching from Florida, keep your eyes open. I don't know if he wants to go back. That's just the only place where he just knows he belongs there. It's the closest place to what he knows he needs. Truthfully, he probably belongs in a special hospital. I think a lot of these people need to be placed into a special hospital where they can be studied. These chameleon psychos. To me, they're the scariest. Chris, welcome back. Yep, he killed 4 people and abandoned an infant. Okay, let's focus in on the victims. Adrianna Williams. Adrianna was the mother of Weslin, the 7-month-old infant found abandoned in Dyer County. She was also the daughter of Cortney Rose and the brother of Braydon. I gotta check my email. Oh, it looks like the vehicle might have been found. Here, hold on, guys. Let me try to pull this up. All right, here we go. See if we can get this video to play.
Ever wondered about the science behind a knock?
Where's my audio?
They say he is responsible for the quadruple homicide of 4 relatives in Lake County. This crime leaving family members now planning funerals and West Tennessee communities in shock. We should let you know that this image that was provided to us by authorities, they tell us that this is what he could look like, what Drummond could look like if he indeed has shaved his facial hair. This story has evolved since Tuesday when a baby was dropped off in Dyer County at a stranger's home 40 miles from where her parents were killed. Action News 5's Adrianna Williams joining us live now in studio. Adrianna, you have been following this case from the very beginning.
Joy, let's start from today. Between the TBI and the U.S. Marshals, there is a $15,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of Austin Drummond. Now, looking back into his criminal history, Drummond was released from prison in September 2024 after spending 10 years behind bars for aggravated robbery. Less than a year after his release, he is now on TBI's most wanted list for several charges, including 4 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, and possession of.
So it looks like it was found in Jackson, Tennessee. Drummond was not inside. All right, guys. So the trajectory has changed, right? This vehicle has been found. We don't We're no longer concerned with that. What is he on foot? All right. The Pike. I'm not familiar with that one. He hit the woods in Tennessee. All right, you think that he fled in the woods? All right, this is who we're looking for. Austin Robert Drummond. Killed 4 people and abandoned a small infant. Let me see if I can find more about the car. So Jackson, Tennessee. Rumored to be dating the murdered grandmother's sister. Good to see you, Sharon. Okay, so Adrianna was the mother of Weslin, the 7-month-old infant. Described as a young mother, Adrianna was part of a close-knit family. A relative, Breer Ashley Childress, identified herself as Adrianna's sister. We read her comments, remember? And then we have James M. Wilson. Well, let's put him up there. There's James. James was the father of Weslin, the infant. He was likely in a relationship with Adrianna. That's Adrianna right there with him. Possibly as her partner. Cortney Rose, 38 years old. Still so young. Cortney Rose was the mother of Adrianna Williams and Braydon Williams, and the grandmother of Weslin. She was a central figure in the family unit affected by the tragedy. So she was probably the target. He probably hit her first, and then in the fit of rage, he just went down the line. Did it quickly, probably. And I bet you during his interview, that's something that he'll brag about. I did it so quickly to try to impress them. You know, because the only reason he did it was because he warned them of what he was capable of doing. And then he eventually, in his mind, they pushed him to doing what he did. So he's going to end up bragging about the way that they were killed. Mark my words. Cortney, as the oldest victim, Cortney likely played a significant role in her family's life, including supporting her daughter and grandson. Her inclusion in the homicide suggests the attack targeted multiple generations of the family. Braydon Williams. Braydon, they were all very good-looking people. Braydon was the son of Cortney Rose, the younger brother of Adrianna Williams, and the uncle of Weslin. At 15, he was the youngest victim. Braydon was likely a high school student in the Tiptonville area. His youth has amplified the community's shock. All right, Austin Robert Drummond, the suspect, was reportedly dating or had dated a relative of Adrianna Williams, possibly her sister. according to District Attorney Danny Goodman. Breer Ashley Childress's Facebook post described Drummond as close to the family, often spending time with them and being amazing to their children, which made his alleged actions incomprehensible to the family. The family lived in Tiptonville, a small rural community in Lake County, Tennessee. The location of the bodies on Carrington Road, a wooded area known mainly to locals, suggests the perpetrator was familiar with the area, as noted by resident Cody Donaldson in a local media report. He gave an interview. The 4 victims were found late on July 29th, 2025 in a wooded area along Carrington Road in Tiptonville. Some reports, such as one from WREG, describe the killings as execution style, right? And a lot of stories that we've covered involving family annihilators. I don't like that word, but that's a lot of people are familiar with that term. These psychopaths, if they're willing to talk, right? Not all of them are going to speak, but the ones that have chosen to give a statement, they brag about it, right? Because most cases that involve a firearm, that's how it is. It's very quick because nobody's expecting it. These guys don't want any resistance. They want total control. They want power, and they want to go where they always were headed anyway, which is prison. But believe it or not, he's gonna always have satisfaction from this. Right? Every time he relives it, he's going to be thinking like, man, if they would have just listened, I wouldn't have had to show them what I'm capable of. Chris Willis says if he's on foot, he'll find some what? All right, guys, remember, if you can't hit the Cash App button, hit the like button. Just do it real quick. It's one click away. So let's pull up Jacksonville. I'm not familiar with the area. All right. Any of you watching right now, are you from this area? Do you know anything about this? Where is he going? What's he doing? What is in Jackson that could help a fugitive? Or specifically this fugitive? Oh, yeah. He was out of jail less than a year, CJ. He'll wish he was in prison when he finds a bad snake and covered in ticks and... What the hell is that? See, I'm not familiar with this area. Where could he be hiding? Does he have friends here? Family? Okay. Can you send me that link? Let me take a look. I've been looking for that all day. They must have just updated that. I was hoping they would post it while we were live. So if you guys have the link to the press conference, send it to me. Pretty please. Let's see. The press conference will be streamed live. Here, I think I found it. Press conference. in the player above at 3. Okay. All right, so that's right now. Let's stand by for that. Close some of these windows. Close down my notes. All right, perfect timing. You know what? I was kind of anticipating this too. So, thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. Okay, so it says here the press conference will be streamed live in the player above at 3. That's right now. And I'm not seeing the player, but I'm sure it's somewhere here. And it'll probably start automatically. I'm thinking maybe up here. It's going to make sure. Hmm. So I don't know if I found it yet. Can you guys send me a link? I don't know if this is going to be it or not. No, it should be 3 in Tennessee right now, in Jackson. It says the press conference will be streamed live in the player above. I'm not seeing a player above. I don't want to miss it. But they don't advertise these things very well. I'm not sure why. They just come out of left field sometimes. Let's see. The press conference will be streamed live in the player above. Fox Nashville. Okay. All right, here it is. Got it. There it is. Oh, thanks, Brad. Was that you emailing me right now? You're probably sending me this, right? The thing that I just found. All right, I'm going to grab some water. You guys hang tight.
Ready? I would like to thank you all for coming today. My name is Sam Wheeler. I'm Public Information Officer for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, West Jordan.
What is this? What am I hearing?
Tennessee Miller. Stephen Sutton is here speaking from Tennessee.
Is that just me? What is that? Is everybody's audio all messed up like that?
Police Department.
It's like choppy.
Thank you. This afternoon. Let me begin by expressing our condolences to
I got to find another source here.
we at the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, along with organization, in this case,
it's getting a little better.
Impact that this crime has had on the lake. This tragic, violent,
what the hell is going on here?
Has shocked this community, has certainly concerned neighbors.
Sorry, you guys. That's not me. That's them. So let me see if I can find another source of the video. That was awful. Let's see. Oh, here we go. No. See, so these guys are, it's coming in good for these folks. That sucks. Yeah, Fox is they're dropping the ball right now. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else. I don't know. Does anybody else have a better link or no? This guy Austin Drummond has got a good.
Who is the suspect in this case at this time and is now wanted, was on Wednesday in Jackson. The victims were discovered on Tuesday, July 29th, in a wooded area along Carrington Road in Tiptonville. Based on what we know at this time, we do not believe that this was a random act of violence. It appears, with all the information that we have, is that this was a targeted incident. This is why I think it's critical for us to reach out and appeal to Austin and those who may be assisting him to turn himself in, or for them to call us and let us know where he is so that we can bring him in to question him about what took place. We know, frankly, that based on information of the incident, that while this was an extremely tragic and violent event, that there was a sign of compassion, if you will, that we know happened, that tells us that there's a possibility that Austin may have a sense that that there is
the price of just about everything
for him to be able to come in and have a conversation about what happened. And because of that, we're asking him to give us a call. Let's pick you up or bring yourself in. Find a legal representative and come by. And
I'm pulling it up, bad actors. I'm waiting on an ad.
About what happened.
This ad is like 30 seconds long.
We recently have discovered the vehicle that he was last seen in.
It says waiting for event.
The information has now been put out to the public in the area where it was discovered. Last seen driving a white 2016 Audi A3 and that had damage on the vehicle. That vehicle was recently discovered on the dead end of MCO Road. That's Mike Charlie Oscar Road here in Jackson. Law enforcement has put out a notification to those in that area to lock their doors and be alert. And they will notice a large police presence in that area, and for them to stay aware and stay safe and to call immediately to 911 if they see this or if they see anything challenging or concerning. There have been charges filed through the Attorney General's, through the district few days, Attorney General's office here in the area, Austin Robert Drummond, Dyer, and here in Jackson. It's been a difficult few days, and I want to thank our partners. There there has been an amazing response from many authorities in this. And I'll mention a few. This is not a comprehensive list, but there are a few that I want to mention and thank for their dogged determination.
Whoops. Let me pull that back up. Just glad I found it. So this is the
Violent
original
Fugitive
one that
Task
we
Force
had.
working closely
It
with
must have
us,
just clicked in.
as well as the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Again, I think it's critical that the public know that, one, this is not a random act. And so I think if there's any solace in that, there should be, that it was not random. And frankly, an act of that this individual that we
They
believe
found
is
the
of
car.
interest, and certainly have charges on. There was an act after the event that we believe shows some humanity, and so we're appealing to that piece, as inhumane as the situation is, but we're appealing to that within this individual to come to us and tell us what happened. Right? Let us work through this and figure out what happened so that we can bring some resolution to this. And again, I want to thank all of the agencies involved. In this
There's been
effort.
mention of a minivan,
And
Brad,
really,
or a
I'm
white
extremely
SUV.
proud of our team here at TBI. They have been working around the clock, putting in every resource that we have to attempt to want to investigate this case, but also to bring resolution. And so with that, I will turn it over to General Goodman for his comments. General.
I'm thinking they were shot. There was a
afternoon,
mention
everyone.
of
Thank you for being
execution
here.
style.
I don't have a lot to add, but I do have a few things that I would like to say. First of all, there can't be any more tragedy, anything more tragic to happen to a person than the loss of a family member. Unfortunately, we have, in this case, a family who have lost multiple people. And so our heart goes out to the family. It goes out to the family that's going to
What's up, Mark?
be dealing with the child and raising a child that has lost both parents now. So our hearts go out to those individuals. I would like to thank the law enforcement. This has been nothing short of impressive. As Director Rouse said, they've worked 24 hours a day. I don't think I've ever been so impressed with information has come in so rapidly in this case.
Oh yeah,
It
he's
seems like just
still
every
dangerous
5
right
to
now,
10
if
minutes,
not
there's
more
new
dangerous.
information
Chris,
coming
you're
in.
right.
So without this team, that's here, there's no way we would be where we are at this point. So I thank them.
He's going to
for
need
that.
a house. He's going to need a
The other
car. He's
thing
going to
is
need
we
money.
are dealing with an extremely violent individual. This was what we would think is an isolated incident. It's not anything to where we think the community is in danger because of a person who may be out here randomly targeting people. We don't think that's the case at all. However, we do need the community to be very careful. We do not need them to try to approach this person. We do need your help. And we appreciate the media being here because there's a lot of things we couldn't do and information we couldn't get out without you. But we need the community as well. So if anyone does have any information, don't approach the individual. Just contact the TBI hotline, call 911. Not only is
Absolutely,
he
Brad.
known to be a violent offender because of this incident, he's been violent in the past. So we know that this is an individual.
Just so you guys know, that's not me.
And other than that, I'll take questions if you have any, but I'll turn it over. Is someone else wants to speak? Yes, okay, all right.
everyone. On behalf of the United States Marshal Service, I want to send our sincere condolences to the family of those affected. Again, such a tragic loss. I cannot imagine what they may be going through. And I'm a firm believer that the only way to achieve justice, if you will, is to hold someone accountable.
That's correct, Why?
And that's why that's why we are assembled here today. Everyone here, although we may wear different badges, different lapel pins, our agencies have different names. Some are federal, some are state, some are local. But let me assure you, we are unified in our efforts to find Austin Drummond. This individual has shown a propensity for violence, and he needs to be taken off the streets. We would like to do that peacefully. We would like for him to turn himself in. That way we can assure that he's taken into custody.
You guys think he shaved off the goatee?
There's no injury to law enforcement or the public. But let me assure you of this. The U.S. Marshal Service will not stop until he's in custody. We have our whole team dedicated in prioritizing this incident.
Misty.
And it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when he's found.
Thank you, Sharon.
And it's not just here in West Tennessee, but we have support divisions at headquarters that are also assisting this effort. So as you know, there's been a reward offered. And to those who may know where he is, we don't care about where he may be, other than you giving us the information, and you will get paid, no questions asked. So that is the priority, is for him to turn himself in. But if not, then that reward does stand, and we will gladly take him into custody. And again, I want to thank everybody involved. The TBI has done a phenomenal job, as always, with the investigation. The other law enforcement agencies that have been mentioned, everyone, we are unified in our efforts to find him. So again, I just want to thank you for being here today and helping us get this message out.
Themselves. All right. I mean, they said they saw a minivan or a white SUV. Somebody's helping
everyone.
him.
Thank you for being here. My name is Stephen Sutton, and I'm here today on behalf of Lake County Sheriff Brian Avery and Dyer County Sheriff Jeff Box to address two deeply troubling incidences that have recently affected our communities. This past Tuesday, we faced a heart-wrenching situation where an infant was found about 3:11 p.m. on Old Highway 20, abandoned in a car seat just off of Highway 412.
Yeah, that's true.
It was immediately dropped off, and EMS was called to evaluate the baby. And I'm glad to report that thankfully the baby is safe and being cared for. And the Dyer County Sheriff's Office does have jurisdiction into the investigation regarding this abandoned child. In addition to the distressing scenario, we're also dealing with
Was the vehicle found at the end of
4
MCO
tragic
Road?
homicides that occurred in Lake County.
Thanks for the email, by the way.
And just as those before me have expressed, our hearts go out to all of those families and friends that have been deeply impacted with pain and grief of the actions that
Couldn't have been long, Lilith.
This week. Each
They got a vehicle
life
description.
lost is truly a tragedy, and we extend our deepest sympathies to all of those who are grieving. And we want to assure you that we're doing everything in our power to uncover the truth and to provide answers. I want to take a moment to again express our gratitude to all of the law enforcement partners, state partners, federal, local, who have been tirelessly working around the clock to bring justice to these families. And their dedication and commitment during such challenging times surely are commendable. I must emphasize that our primary focus remains on locating Austin Drummond, who's still considered a suspect at large in these ongoing investigations. Finding him is our singular focus, and we urge anyone with any information regarding his whereabouts to please come forward. Your assistance is crucial in helping us bring closure to these families and restoring peace to our communities. We appreciate your cooperation. We appreciate your patience as this investigation unfolds. Thank you for your understanding as we navigate these sensitive matters, and we will keep you updated with any new developments as they arise. Thank you. Lake County Sheriff Brian Avery, Dyer County Sheriff.
I think that's it.
Good afternoon. I'm Derek Tisdale with the Jackson Police Department, Deputy Chief of Police. First, on behalf of the Jackson Police Department and the citizens of this great city, Jackson, Tennessee, we want to express our sincere condolences for the family that has so tragically lost their loved ones. But what I want to speak to is what we're doing in this ongoing effort. In a collaborative effort, we are continuing to partner with the federal, state agencies and to bring about the safe apprehension of this individual, Mr. Drummond. We as a citizen as officers of the Jackson Police Department, we have officers that are dedicated as task force officers and working with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, also with the U.S. Marshal Services. We will continue to do that. We will also continue to bring forth any and all resources that we have that will assist the other agencies in bringing this to bear. What we want, or what I would want to encourage, is that our citizens be aware of your surroundings when you're in or out or around your places of residence. We want you to be mindful of what we're putting out and be attentive to what we're putting out. Because not only are we trying to safely apprehend Mr. Drummond, but we also want to keep you safe. So on behalf of the Jackson Police Department, we will continue to partner with these agencies until this individual has been brought to justice. And if anybody sees this individual, again, I want to reemphasize what everybody else has said. Please call 911 or call the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations.
Desperate man. Never
We
know
will
what he'll
open it
do.
up to some questions now if you have questions.
Imani Williams with Channel 5 out of Memphis. You talked about a sign of compassion that you all saw from Drummond.
Was the
Is
baby.
that him dropping off the baby?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what you're asking is what, when I mentioned a sign of compassion from the suspect, yes. So they brought attention when they dropped the child off, brought attention. There were people nearby, and so brought attention to those people to come and get the child. Yes, sir.
And I think they found his car already. So
the outline or the lineup is that the baby was dropped off first before the homicide, or what is the timeline?
Yeah, so all of that is still under active investigation. You're asking about the timeline for the incidents. At this point, that is all actively being investigated.
And how about the scene on Carrington Drive? Did the suspect go separately? Was he with the other parties? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I won't go, but you're asking again about specifics of the crime scene itself. We won't go into detail on the specifics of the crime scene at this time. It's a very active and engaged.
Yes, bad actors. As far as I know, Travis Decker is still at large.
Were they family members or in a relationship? Can you confirm any of that at this time?
Yeah, I appreciate you're asking about the relationship of the suspect with the individual victims. There was a familial between the suspect and the
At all?
specifics. We won't go into the specifics of the investigation at this time.
Brooklyn Channel 7 in Jackson. Is he still in Jackson? Are we aware of that, or are we expecting him?
They're asking if they think he's still in
terms
Jackson.
of the location of the suspect at this time, we believe that the suspect is still in the area based on the potential information that we are working through. So at this time, we believe that he is still in this area.
Imani again with Channel 5.
All right, Jackson, you know what to do.
In Dyer and Lake County earlier earlier this week. Kind of talk a little bit about how important
He's on
Jackson
foot.
is to the investigation when it looks like he may be from Jackson.
Yeah, so in terms of the importance of Jackson to this investigation, obviously, all of the area here, Jackson, Lake, Dyer, this entire region, if you will, are critical in this investigation. Obviously, direct ties to the Jackson area, and that is why there is concern and focus. The vehicle being found here in Jackson certainly heightens that focus. So Jackson and the Jackson PD are critical partners as we continue to try to bring Austin in to be able to try to figure out the answers and resolve this.
Chris Grant again with Fox 13 Memphis. So do you guys believe Drummond had assistance in committing the crime, and do you think someone is helping him stay hidden right now?
Yeah, I hate not giving all the specific, but those questions that you're asking about if he was assisted and any, those are all details of the investigation that we won't get into at this time.
Channel 7 again. Is he on foot? Is he in another car? I know you said the car was found.
Yeah, Berger, that in terms of is he on foot or if he's had another vehicle, those are all parts that we're still investigating.
Earlier, he was recently incarcerated. Were those charges?
I put him in timeout,
aggravated
Sensei.
robbery, aggravated kidnapping. Can you talk to that a little bit?
I'll yield to the general on that information. General.
Austin Drummond was
I
convicted
agree,
in
Pittman.
Madison County several years ago for
He
an
loves that
aggravated
thing too,
robbery.
apparently.
He was sentenced to the Tennessee Department of Corrections, and he was housed at Northwest Correctional, which is in Tiptonville, Lake County. He completed that sentence. So it's what we call flattening the sentence. So he doesn't actually come out on parole or probation. He's just released because he's done all of his time in prison. While he was in prison, he received other charges. We actually took him to grand jury in Lake County because since it occurred at the prison, then it was in our jurisdiction. He had some drug charges that we indicted him for. And then shortly after that, he actually was charged and indicted in Lake County for attempted first degree murder, which took place inside the prison.
Damn.
Because he completed his sentence, then that was just like any other sentence that a person on the street would have committed. So what happened is once he was released from the Department of Corrections, the Lake County Sheriff's Department picked him up, brought him, and he made bond. So he has been out on bond on those charges when we think that this was allegedly committed.
Which of these pictures is the most accurate of him currently?
My understanding is the one with facial hair.
Yes.
Sort of protect.
Man, they got a really bad
Well, they're always going to just advise the public to be careful, be vigilant, watching their surroundings. But as far as any orders that would be from a court or anything like that, there's no orders like that.
Two more questions, real quick.
Was this drug related at all?
That's part of the investigation. Could answer, but I don't think he's going to be able to give you any information because it's part of the ongoing investigation.
She asked if it was drug related and he didn't say no.
All right.
Interesting.
No, we're good. Thank you for your assistance.
I wonder
with
what that
getting this
means.
information out, and we will certainly, as information comes in for us to be able to make further comments, we'll reach out and make sure you're all made aware as we move forward. Thank you all.
I think that's it. Okay, that's it for the press conference. Man. Okay, let's go to Ginger Brewer. Car found on a dead end, MCO Road, Jackson, Tennessee, near Investigation Bureau. 129 Executive Drive. Here, let's look that up real quick. I'm assuming that's Jackson. Okay, I'm going to see if I can pull this up on a map for you guys, and then we'll get out of here. Yeah, I like how law enforcement likes to play that down. Like, should the public be worried? Yeah. This guy also just lost his car, so that makes him even more desperate. He's going to want to get his hands on another car. How do you do that? Typically, for these types, it's going to involve a home invasion, hostages, tying up of people so that you can take their vehicle without them alerting law enforcement. So he may not be in Jackson, but let me share my screen. So I guess it's reported near this place called West Tennessee Restoration. It's a dead end. So why here? Does he have some kind of an anchor point nearby? He doesn't want to walk too far. So if you live in this area, I would keep an eye out for your neighbors. He seems like somebody that might take a family hostage or something. Take their vehicle. What else is he doing here? There's some hotels over here. He's going to need a credit card for that, though. Most cases. Yeah, Chris says they usually go to a familiar place. I agree with that. So I'm assuming he got off the highway or the freeway right here. Going down 45. Takes a left on Ridgecrest. And then a left on Corporate Boulevard. Left on Directors Row, and then a right on Executive Drive. And then leaves his car somewhere right here in this area. Somewhere near the West Tennessee Restoration. So I'm sure everybody here, West Tennessee Restoration, these businesses, I'm sure they already have law enforcement pulling their security cameras. But I expect we might see some ring footage hitting X or Facebook, YouTube. We'll probably see some security footage of him leaving this area on foot. There's tons of businesses. I just don't know where did he get into another vehicle? I don't know. This looks like a really nice area. I don't think there's too many abandoned buildings here. This is actually a really cute neighborhood. Look at the lawn. Look at the lawn right here. That's what I'm talking about. Good job. I like these guys. Yeah, so what's he doing over here in this nice part of town? Hopefully he's not trying to hurt somebody. Because if you're on the run, the first thing you're thinking is, man, I got to get rid of this car. And then it's from there, it's from point A to point B. How do I get rid of this car and get into a new car? That could involve hurting people. All right, guys. All right, that's going to wrap it up. We'll consider this our introduction to the case. And they're still looking for Austin Robert Drummond. It's my understanding that he got rid of the vehicle, is now on foot in Jackson, Tennessee. Yep, had to get another car, or somebody picked him up. Either he's looking to obtain another vehicle, or somebody picked him up. Somebody's helping him. Maybe one of his old prison buddies. $121 executive. Yep. All right, guys, I appreciate you hanging out for the live stream. If you're part of the replay crew, you know exactly what to do. Drop a comment and we'll get back to you. If you need to get a hold of me for whatever reason, feel free to shoot me an email at sleuthintuition@gmail.com. And we are 100% crowdfunded, so please, if you feel like supporting us, don't feel pressured to, but if you'd like to help us on our boots on the ground campaigns and things like that, hit the Cash App. And if you can't hit the Cash App, hit the like button. And please share and consider becoming a member. Also want to thank all of my members and my hardworking mods. As our channel grows, of course, the number of troll encounters increases. So I appreciate all your hard work in those efforts. Everybody else, I'll probably see you later tonight. I may have a surprise for you, so stay tuned.